Now we are going to start our topic number 7, that is the remaining topic left for the chapter of fluid dynamics, that is Poiseuille's law. Now first of all we will define the definition for the Poiseuille's law. The law that the velocity of a liquid flowing through a capillary or the pipe capillary tube or the pipe is directly proportional to the pressure of the liquid, and the fourth power of the radius of the capillary or the pipe is inversely proportional to the viscosity of the liquid and the length of the capillary, or you can say the volume of homogeneous fluid passing per unit time through a capillary tube or cylinder is directly proportional to the pressure difference between its ends, and fourth power of its internal radius and inversely proportional to its length and viscosity of the fluid is called the Poiseuille's law. That is the definition for the Poiseuille's law. The coefficient of viscosity of fluid can be determined by the Poiseuille's law when we force fluid through a pipe with a known pressure difference and mass flux. Now, first of all, we will discuss the mathematical treatment. Consider a laminar flow having coefficient of viscosity eta is flowing through a cylindrical pipe of radius r and the length L as shown in the picture in the next slide. The layers of the fluid are in the shape of concentric circles having different radii. The flow of velocity depends upon the radius of the cylinder. The velocity of the fluid is maximum along the axis of cylinder and zero at. You can see here the picture as we have considered. Now take the concentric circles of fluid with the radius y and y plus dy having velocities v and v minus dv, that is gradually decreasing as shown in the picture. The backward drag force between the two layers is given as F is equal to minus eta a dv over dy. That is the picture depicted for the discussion of the Poiseuille's law. You can see here there is a cylinder and we have considered the concentric circles of the fluid of two layers. At the one is on in the center of the near to the axis of the cylinder, another is at the width of y plus dy, and the third one is of the width dy, and the inner cylinder is of the width y, and the radius from the central axis to the outer edge is radius r. At the bottom or at the edges the velocity is 0, and the length of the cylinder is taken L. Now the area of the cylinder having radius y and length L is given as A is equal to 2 pi y into L. Then from putting this value in the previous equation, F is equal to minus 2 eta pi L dv into y divided by dy. That is equation number 1. The pressure force between the ends of cylinder having radius y is given as F is equal to PA. Here area is equal to pi y square where the radius is given by y. F is equal to P into pi y square. That is equation number 2. Comparing the equation 1 and 2, we get P pi y square is equal to minus 2 pi eta L dvy over dy. Cancelling pi on both sides and y on the both side, we get py is equal to minus 2 eta L dv over dy. Here by rearranging the equation, we get the value for the dv is equal to minus py dy over 2 eta L. That is the equation number 3rd. This is the relation relative, that is the relative velocity between the two concentric cylinders having the separation dy. For the calculation of, we will integrate this equation on both sides. We get integral dv is equal to minus y p dy over 2 eta L. That gives, by integrating v is equal to minus py square 4 eta L plus c. That is equation number 4, where c is the integration constant. We will solve the integration constant for finding the value. That can be determined by applying the initial boundary conditions, where y is equal to r and v is equal to 0. Then c is equal to p r square divided by 4 eta L. Using this value in equation number 4, we get v is equal to minus py square divided by 4 eta l plus pr square divided by 4 eta l, and that gives equation v is equal to p over 4 eta l into 1 minus y square over r square. That is equation number 5. Of fluid flow is maximum along the axis of the pipe. As discussed before, its value can be determined by taking y is equal to 0, and when then v is equal to v naught, we get v naught is equal to pr square over 4 eta l into 1 minus 0 over r square. From here, v naught is equal to pr square over 4 eta l. Substituting this value in the previous value of v, we get v is equal to v naught into 1 minus y square over r square. Now for the volume between the two concentric circles, we will take a cross-sectional area with the width dy and the radius r, and area is equal to 2 pi y. Here dv is equal to dA into s, here dA is equal to 2 pi y dy, then dv is equal to 2 pi y dy into s. Total volume is given as the total volume is equal to integral from 0 to r dv is equal to 0 to r 2 pi y s into dy. Total volume is equal to 0 to r integral 2 pi vt, substituting the value, s is equal to vt into dy. Total volume over t is equal to 2 pi integral 0 to r pr square over 4 eta l into 1 minus y square over r square into y dy. Taking t from the right hand side on the, we have taken the t on the right hand side to the left hand side, that becomes total volume over t is equal to pi p over 2 eta l, cancelling 2 with 4, that gives pi p over 2 eta l into integral 0 to r into yr square, multiplying y inside the bracket and taking the LCM and rearranging, that becomes yr square minus y cube into dy. Total volume over T is equal to pi P over 2 eta L into R square y square over 2. Limit is from 0 to R minus y power 4 over 4. Limit is 0 to R. Substituting the limit, we get pi total volume over T is equal to pi P over 2 eta L into R power 4 divided by 2 minus R power 4 divided by 4. Taking R4 common on the right hand side and taking the LCM, we get 2 minus 1 over 4. Then solving this equation, we get total volume over T is equal to pi P R power 4 over 8 eta L. This formula is called the Poiseuille's law. It can be written by using the relation for the density and the volume. Density, you know, that is equal to mass over volume, and volume will become mass over density. Then the above equation can be written as mass over density into time. Then taking density rho on the right hand side, we get m over t is equal to pi p rho into r power 4 divided by 8 eta L. The total mass per unit time is called the mass flux. There here m over t is called the mass flux. So writing for m over t is equal to mass flux is equal to pi p r power 4 into rho divided by 8 eta L. That is also called the Poiseuille's law for with the describing the mass flux. Hopefully, I am let you understand the Poiseuille's law and the mathematical calculation for the Poiseuille's law, which is as similar to the definition stated before in the first slide. Uh, I am able to let you understand all the topic. If there is any question, you can ask me. Thank you so much.